All right, the Chicago Bulls take a tough loss to the Washington Wizards. We're going to be talking about the key takeaways from tonight's loss. This is your host, Rico Greenhowe, and welcome to another episode of Bulls Digest. And so today, the Chicago Bulls get beat by the Washington Wizards 125 to 107. And I think initially, some of the key takeaways from this game is just that the Chicago Bulls really struggled defensively. I mean, they blew some assignments out there and really allowed the Washington Wizards to get anywhere that they wanted to on the floor and really get to their shots. And so the Washington Wizards certainly took advantage there. And then also, too, the Chicago Bulls did not do themselves any favors by turning over the basketball as much as they did tonight. And the Washington Wizards, they absolutely crushed the Chicago Bulls as far as bench scoring is concerned. And so let's go ahead and jump into the box score and look at the key takeaways from that. And so starting with Zach LaVine, I think that Zach LaVine was an MVP for the Chicago Bulls tonight, mainly because he was the source of offense for us. He had 32 points, he had 3 assists, he had 1 rebound, he had 2 steals, and he was a +2 in the plus-minus box score. He was 12 of 20 from the field. Next up, I think the next real MVP for the Chicago Bulls, it is Lonzo Ball. Lonzo was spectacular to me on the defensive end tonight. He had 1 block. He also had 3 steals, and it felt like it was 5 Lonzo Balls out there at one point in time. He also hit the boards very well. He had 8 rebounds there. I know he only had 5 points, but he also had 4 assists. A very nice lob up ahead. That was very nice to see. Even though he was -6 in the plus-minus box score on 22 minutes, one of the things that Stacey King talked about is just that Lonzo Ball is certainly back, and Lonzo looked very good. I think that maybe this is one of the better performances that we've seen this season from him. In fact, I think that he got his first dunk in 3 years, and so he looked very good in that aspect, getting up to the rim and dunking it home. And so even in a losing effort, Lonzo was very impactful for us, and he actually helped keep us in the game, even though the Chicago Bulls pretty much gave up the rope and the Washington Wizards took this one. And so next up, some of the key takeaways in this box score is that you look at Patrick Williams. So Patrick Williams started off with 5 points. He only finished with 7 points tonight. So really just tapered off. I thought I was going to see a little bit more from Patrick Williams, especially after a strong game against the Hornets. But tonight, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, -3 in the plus-minus box score on 3 of 6 shooting. And then so next up with Vooch. And so Vooch really had a tough game today. I mean, he was 5 of 17 from the field. And you could tell it was a tough one for Vooch because he got to his jump hook or whatever, and that wasn't falling tonight. And so when it wasn't going in the paint for Vooch, it just spelled that it was going to be a tough night for him because he's usually pretty solid there, and then he's able to kind of get it going from outside. But just didn't happen for Vooch tonight. 12 points, 6 assists, 13 rebounds, -2 in the plus-minus box score, so he struggled. Coby White, look, he scored 17 points, 6 assists. He had 2 rebounds in this one. He did have a steal. He was -22 in the plus-minus box score. But there were times where Coby White just still needs to slow down. I did like the fact that he still did get to the basket at times. And so hopefully he can continue to do that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think it was a tough one for him, especially on the defensive end. There was one assignment where I think between him and Josh Giddey, they just kind of let a guy get an open 3-point shot there. So, just collectively across the board, it just wasn't a good effort for the team defensively. And so next up, Josh Giddey. And so Josh Giddey, look, he clearly was frustrated tonight. 6 points, he had 2 assists, 7 rebounds, a blocked shot in this one, -17 on 3 of 8 shooting, and just a tough night for Josh Giddey. Clearly, you could see the frustration throughout the game, and so just a tough one for the team in general. So with the bench, The bench, look, Dalen Terry, he had 6 points. He had a rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal. He was -7 in the plus-minus box score. Jalen Smith, 3 points, 2 rebounds, a steal, a block shot. He was -17. Modest played 14 minutes off the bench, 5 points, 4 rebounds, a steal. He did have a block shot, I believe. And so with this one, just you want to see some more Modest Buzelis. He had a tough night shooting the basketball too. THT, 7 points, 3 rebounds, a block shot, -18 in this one. And then we just talked about Zoe. But like I said, just across the board, I think that the bench struggled. And, that certainly would have helped us, but there were a lot of different areas that the Chicago Bulls needed to clean up to get a win tonight. So next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the box score. And so I think really the key takeaway out of the box score is the shooting percentage, because when you look at the shooting percentage for the Bulls, 44.6 from the field for them, and then 29.8 from three. But look at the Wizards. The Wizards, 49.5% from the field. They also shot 47.2 from three, so they were knocking down their shots. I clearly talked about just the defensive struggles here, so they were getting some open shots and things like that, and also too getting free lanes to the basket. I mean, that certainly helped their field goal percentage. And so when we look at the rebound totals, not too much of a discrepancy there. 44 to 42, the Bulls were in that. They actually win that category. When it came down to turnovers, 20 turnovers for the Chicago Bulls. That is way too much. And the Wizards, they weren't any better. I mean, they had 17, but it's not like the Bulls really did anything with the turnovers that they had. So we didn't even capitalize really off of that. But still, 20 turnovers, way too much for the Bulls tonight. Fast break points, the Bulls did a pretty good job there. 28 to 13 as far as fast break points are concerned. So that was good to see. Points in the paint, the Wizards win there. 56 to 48, their win in points in the paint through the Wizards. It was a tie as far as steals at 11-11. The Bulls had some good activity as far as block shots were concerned. 6 to 3 in that category, and 28 assists for the Bulls. They did get to the line 14 times, 11 of 14 there. The Wizards 10 of 12. And so just a tough loss for the Chicago Bulls. I'd love to know what the key takeaways are for you after a tough loss like this one. Let me know in the comments what you are thinking. I want to thank everybody out there for liking, subscribing, and sharing the content. It means a lot to us here at Bulls Digest as we try to reach our humble goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the NBA season out there. Wanted to let you know about 66.8% of you that watch are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure that you go ahead and you smash that subscribe button for us, as it means a lot as we try to go ahead and reach that goal of 5,000 subscribers here. And so, look, I'm coming back to the podcast here. I know it's been a long couple days for me getting over the weather, but anyway, even though it was a tough loss, I'm still saying go Bulls, and I will see you on the next one. All right, peace.